Tuesday, July 15th at 4:30 p.m. in the villa. How have I been here for over a week without talking about the food? Lunch is always pasta. Today we had pistachio pasta, a popular flavor here in Sicily for any type of food. Fresh, cold mozzarella with sweet tomatoes from the garden just outside. Prosciutto prepared in two delicious ways. Roasted peppers and onions dipped in sweet oil. Hot pepper quiches. Spinach stuffed and rolled into crusted pasta. A giant fish with lemon oil, best eaten with a bite of steaming couscous. Fresh prunes hand-picked by ourselves from the vineyard. Then a homemade apple cake baked to flavorful perfection. I hope I enticed you with the intro to this video. That's something that I wrote in 2014, and if you stick around, I'll be able to tell you all about it and how I found out about the project that I'm working on today. So stick around. I apologize for the delay. I know that I promised, like frequent videos, and it did not go as planned. There have also been just a few current events that have taken up my time.
We're getting hit to be unarmed.
Okay, so in response to my most recent vlog, Frank Pelliccio said, I would be interested in culture and what drew you to this project. It's a story that started 6 years ago when I was told that my family couldn't afford a class trip to Italy. And I'd been studying Italian for about 5 years at that point. I was in 10th grade and my mom was really upset for me. So I came home one day from school and on the counter was a writing prompt for a competition that would potentially grant me a trip with a program called Travel for Teens. Travel for Teens takes teenagers from primarily the United States and brings these teenagers wherever you choose to travel. I wrote about an experience I had when I was younger, and it won 3rd place, which blew my mind. I didn't think that it was going to really amount to anything, and it did. The Travel for Teens group would pay for half of my trip, and it would have to be a very specific selection of trips that they were offering. So I decided I was going to be off to Sicily to do a community service trip that would last about 12 days. It was 2014 when I decided to embark on this journey that would change my life. Our job was to work with Sergio, the father of the house, in the fields. Very charming work. I mean, who doesn't want to pick fruit from a tree for work, Like in Italy, surrounded by vineyards, like dogs just like coming to say hi, like a dream. Now here's where the crazy part starts. One other aspect of our job was to clear out the areas behind the house that needed some tending to. We were up there one morning and we noticed this really huge wasp's nest right in the middle of where we were working. And it was making a lot of people nervous. I mean, no one in the group had any known allergies, but the concern was still there. They were very big and they made a lot of noise, so we need to go inside. Our day is done. I was working like on the opposite end. And Sergio just turns around to me and he says, "You just go and grab that garbage bag." I took care of the bag. I started walking back and I feel this pain in my leg. Ow! Went inside and I noticed that it was all swollen. And what I didn't know at the time was that I was allergic to bees, like very allergic. Tuesday, July 15th. Barbara just told me that I had to take a Benadryl, and because being stuck inside is such a touchy subject for me, I was sick a lot as a kid. I am crying as I write this. So spent a lot of time in the sun after taking a Benadryl, right? Thought nothing of it. Now I'm inside. I started to feel really weird. And then they said it was dinner time, and I thought, I can't eat right now. Like, I don't feel good. I sat down at the end of the table, and then all of a sudden, I was on a train. Spider-Man was outside of the train, and he was like, in slow motion. Everything was in slow motion. I wake up, I'm on the ground, and there's like 30 people shouting, and half of them are shouting in Sicilian. I don't understand what they're saying. And they're passing wicker baskets in front of my face with like olive oil and garlic in it. I think they're trying to like revive me. I had 2 tour group leaders, and one of them was freaking out. She was like, she's turning green. And Carmela came right over to me and hugged me and made me feel more comfortable. And she waited until I could get the feeling back in my face again. And they fired up the truck, and Sergio took me to the hospital at 9 at night. I ended up staying at the hospital for like a total of 20 hours when I was in Sicily. It was during the downtime that I had when I was recovering that I really had some of the most intimate moments with the family. And something that stuck with me long after I left was this feeling that I kind of belonged there. It was the sense of belonging that I talked about most when I came back. I have a very unique family situation in that my parents split when I was young, and they both remarried. At a point, I went from being an only child to having 5 step-siblings. I was constantly adjusting and adapting to new environments, and it was very challenging for me as a kid. And then I arrived in this home across the world where each of the foster children in that home had changed homes multiple times at an early age as well. The ones that I do talk to over the phone call me their American sister. And that is a huge compliment that I think is something that I had to earn. I'd love to tell you all about it in the upcoming videos where I answer similar questions like, why did I end up photographing Italian models in designer clothes? Why did I end up packaging toys for Sicilian kids in a local mall? And what was it like living in a room with 3 Nigerian minors? And so much more. Thank you, Frank, for your question today, and I look forward to our family barbecue on Thursday. Your comment below could end up being the prompt for the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next vlog. Oh my God. It's like 80 degrees today. Okay.